I had an awkward exchange with a grandmama. The grandmother was sitting there, nice and quiet, all nice, looking like a nice grandmother. The grandmother looked at me and said, "Why don't you just get the hell out of here?" And so I'm like, damn. Yo, what's up? This your homie Ice Cube. You know what it is. Just my advice from me to you. Take it or let it alone. You know, you might say something to and they don't hear you. You gotta be like, hey. Sometimes a person can't hit you back. They can only read what you're saying at the time. So yeah, don't be offended. You know, keep going at it. I say always play it cool, but you know, be yourself. You know, don't be a character. Just be yourself. And that ain't good enough, man. You probably don't need her or want her. Communicate. If she don't give you enough attention, you gotta communicate on what you really want. If she don't respond to that, then either find something else to do with your time or either deal with it or don't. You know, it becomes up to you at that point. But you gotta communicate exactly how you feel and exactly what you want. You know, you're gonna have to deal with him at some point. Today is the day. Why not do it now? You know, why put it off? You know, sometimes it's better to hit things that's hard on your own terms than wait for it to hit you on their terms. So he might want to go knock on the door and say, hey man, you know, I like your daughter, I'm dating her, you know, woo woo wham. But he gotta make that assessment himself. It's hard for me to say, but I just think when it's something that you don't want to deal with, it's better for you to find the time when you want to deal with it and make it happen than to wait for it to hit you, because you might not want to deal with it at that time. I had an awkward exchange with a grandmama. I went to go see, we was young, you know, 14, whatever. I went to go see this little girl and she told me to wait in the living room. The grandmother was sitting there, nice and quiet, all nice, looking like a nice grandmother. As soon as she went out the room, the grandmother looked at me and said, "Why don't you just get the hell out of here?" And so I'm like, damn, that's pretty unwelcoming. So I just stood up and just walked and just stood on the porch. I told her what her grandmama said. "I'm not going back in your house, period." And it didn't work out, to say the least. Cool down is the best thing to do when you get into a big argument. Try to resolve it same day. Don't go to bed with that kind of stuff on your head. You know, even if you gotta cool down for a few hours. You know, time usually makes you think a little clearer about where you was wrong. Turn the situation around. Like if you was on the other end of the stick, how would you feel? It just gives you better understanding on maybe why they blowing up at something you probably think they shouldn't. You know, those kind of things I think is the way to handle it. Don't go telling everybody that you know and then your family and your friends every little argument you have with your mate. Now, if it's something like abuse, hell yeah, tell. But if it's just a simple argument, sometimes it's better to be left between the two people that's having a disagreement because, you know, it gets resolved a little faster. I mean, it's hard to be with somebody who don't support you. It's hard for somebody, too, on the outside to tell you to leave your girl. That's something you gotta make your own decision on. Are you supporting her on everything she wanna do? That's something you gotta ask yourself too. So it goes both ways. It's usually costly. Pay for more things. Some guys don't wanna give up their appetite for other women. You know, it's a lot of different reasons. It boils down to, can he live without you? That's the question. Because if the answer is no, then he's gonna move towards commitment. The answer is yes, you got your answer. Yes, anything without the hog is better, healthier. I haven't regretted not eating hog in over, 25 years or whatever. No high blood pressure, none of that stuff that I see, some of the guys. I ain't gonna say, it don't taste good. All that stuff tastes good, but it's not good, it's just a nasty animal, so I don't wanna eat that.